On larger layouts, we have the luxury of placing large industries such as multiple track, large industries such as the coal mine here on my layout. However, there are many opportunities where you can put in a small industry, and that is especially helpful if you have a smaller layout. So here are some ideas in this episode on how to do that. Just because you're modeling an industry doesn't mean you have to model the industry.
Say what?
Okay, let me rephrase that. What I mean is you can have a siding for an industry, but you don't have to show the actual build or anything. In my case here, at my propane depot, there's the propane tank car, and then there's a tank truck beside it. Or you could put a propane tank or whatever. You don't necessarily have to model the entire industry, thus saving a lot of space. Sometimes the era that you model can also determine the size of the industry. In many cases, older eras had a lot of smaller industries. Not to say that there are modern industries today that are also small, but there tends to be less of them. In my case here, I have my trailer and flat car, or piggy car ramp, which is quite small and compact on my layout. And back in the day, in this case the mid-70s, you could find these ramps in many small locations, unlike the huge intermodal terminals that they have today. Another option is to use building flats for your industries. That way you can snug a siding right against the wall of your layout, and it's sort of like a movie set thing where basically they only use the front and partial sides of buildings and that to make it look like it was an entire building. So in this case, you're doing that on your train layout. I have two examples here. One is the Okanagan Furniture Company, and the other is the Elmer Canning Company. Now, both these industries I inherited from a friend of mine who had a nice compact shelf layout, but he decided to take it apart, so I inherited them, and it gave me the opportunity to add two more industries and compact spaces on my layout. For my last suggestion or idea, the other thing you can do is have an interchange area on your layout. Now, in the case of my layout, I had the luxury of having a fairly large classification yard, as you can see here, where that's where the bulk of the interchange between railways and different trains takes place on my layout. However, if you have a small layout, you only need one interchange track, which can basically go off in the staging or behind some trees or something. Put a string of cars in there. And the nice thing about interchange track is you can exchange virtually any type of car you want because you're not actually modeling a specific industry. So it really gives you a lot of variety in a very small space. So that about wraps up my video. So hopefully these ideas are helpful to you. You may have seen them before, read about them and that. And also, if you have any other ideas of putting industries in compact spaces, feel free to share them with me and I could even do another video. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you saw and wish to see more content on model trains and real trains, please subscribe to my channel.